Bang, 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 bang. I might have lost count, but Jose Altuve with 8 leadoff home runs in the playoffs, most in playoff histories. This is a team that we love to watch, and we're going to talk about this and more on an instant reaction. Locked on Astros podcast here. Astros win game 1. Let's start now.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Talk Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett's on his way home from the ballpark, and I wanted to do a quick live reaction to the Astros winning Game 1 at ALDS. We'll do a full show in a little bit, but I wanted to see your reactions. I know a lot of y'all are coming home from the ballpark right now. A lot of y'all are celebrating, but the Astros did it. A lot of us probably thought like I did, oh crap, Hector Neris just blew it, but the Astros did what they did. They held strong, and you had Verlander and Alvarez with that home run, and it gave us the Astros a little bit insurance run. But the Astros just did what the best are. They did what they do in the playoffs. They win. And the ALDS, that's all they do is win. And guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go and subscribe to us on YouTube, and go and make us your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check out the Locked On Astros podcast. And this podcast is not an official one. There's not going to be any ads in this one. This is just your reaction. So let's get your reaction to the Astros winning this game. This was a 2 home run game for Verlander and Alvarez. Verlander started off a little shaky. It looked like, oh crap, he's going to allow a lot of runs in this game. This is going to be a Hunter Brown game or a Jose Urquidy game where you're going to see a lot of relievers in this game. But Justin Verlander, to his credit, he recovered and did something he's only done twice all year. He's only had 2 ground ball double plays all year. Let that sink in, guys. He's a fly ball pitcher, and he's only had 2 ground ball double plays all year, and he had 2 in the same game in critical situations in game 1 of the ALDS at home. So this was a big lift for Justin Verlander, who was struggling a little bit with his command early in the game. But I want to go ahead and say I was excited to watch this game. I went to a friend's house. I came home early so I could do this live reaction. Brett's on his way back from Minute Park, so we can do a full show in a little bit. But this is awesome. So let's go ahead. What do y'all think about this game today? So El Delgado says El Delgado, Jackie said they won in Houston and they got Houston. El Delgado says, great win. Neris had a bad night. He should be fine next outing. Yeah, we're probably going to take a deep dive into Neris. That was a very bad outing. But Paige says, I used to watch Astros playoffs games and listen to Astros radio. I know I had a lot of complaints about I guess I wasn't really paying attention because I was talking to my friends. We're talking about baseball and we're talking about the Astros. So I wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying. But Adam Wainwright, I think that he's going to be a great addition to commentary. But he did look a little nervous on the screen at times. But overall, I think that I don't really care what the announcers do. I just care what the Astros did. And I know that they struggled all year at home, but they came out and got the job done. Joe Blue says he's going to ride or die with Presley. I think the Astros are going to have to do that too. You had to use Brian Abreu in the 7th inning to bail Hector Neris out of his mess. And to his credit, Brian Abreu did that, and then he pitched another inning, and he was fired up. So the Astros bullpen did its job. outside of Hector Neris. Hector Neris had a very unlike Hector Neris type of day. And unfortunately, it just was a situation. Yes, I did notice that they lowered the volume a lot. I noticed that there's a lot of volume changes. So I did notice that. Joel says that Brett and his son are still 100% when they attend together. So we'll have to see if that's the case. And so what else we got? The FS1 announcers are making me sick. How sweet it is. And let's go and get to the bottom. This is just a live reaction show, guys. We're going to have the official show coming up. And I'm just super excited about this. And I Am Groot says, the Twins still want Houston? Go Stros. And the announcers always fawn over and wish for the Astros opposition. Well, I think in general, a lot of people still dislike the Astros, and a lot of people root for the underdog. And I talk to people, even Astros fans. If you're looking at the matchups across the league, you're always going to root for the underdog. So everybody thinks as the Astros as the team that's eventually probably going to win the World Series. I think the Braves and the Phillies are going to be the teams that the Astros have to go through. But everybody's going to be rooting for the underdogs, and people don't like the Astros, especially when you have a new book or a new documentary or something that comes out to remind them, hey, don't forget, they cheated in 2017. And even after Brett posted a YouTube short about Jose Altuve having a leadoff home run, and you have people saying trash can, he's the biggest cheater in history and everything. And when it's documented that he has not cheated. But that does not matter. You had in this game, you had Jose Altuve with the leadoff home run, Alvarez with 2 home runs. Not only did Alvarez have a home run, but they brought in a lefty to face him. Have y'all been watching the Astros play baseball? Have y'all seen that if you bring in a lefty to face Alvarez, that does not work anymore? You can take all the analytics. I think I have the paper. This is a student's paper, but he got 100 on it anyway. Just take all that crap and throw it out the window. Because analytics, when Alvarez is at the plate, doesn't matter. Alvarez is a whole different animal. So you can't bring in a lefty expecting him to get out. I know you can make it harder for him, but he crushed that ball. I don't know how he kept it fair, but the first home run was off a changeup. But the Astros just have this way of getting the job done. And you had Bregman with a hit today. I know that Pena had that hit in the early going, and the announcer's like, oh, here comes playoff Pena again. I'm like, no. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's give him a chance to get a little streak going before we start saying that it's playoff Pena again. But overall, I think that this was outside of the 7th inning when Hector Neris in 2/3 of innings gave up on 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs. Okay, it was a 3-run homer to Polanco and then a solo home run to Royce Lewis. That could have been a disaster, but the Astros found a way to kind of right the ship and not worry about it. So the Astros won game 1 of the ALDS, which is a must win, especially when you're the home team and a 5-game series. You have to win the first game. The first game is the most critical game. And a lot of people across baseball are saying the Astros will lose the first game. There's so much going on. The Astros struggled at home. Verlander has not been good in playoffs. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous to start. And so I just think that this was a great win. So I'm going to go for a few more minutes. Brett's going to be home in about 20 minutes, but we are going to set up for the full podcast. But this is only for YouTube. This is not going to audio. So let's go and get some of y'all's reactions to this game. What are y'all excited? Do y'all think the Astros are going to win it in 4 games, in 5 games? What do y'all think what are your reactions after this game? So let's see. Houston, Texas Dave says that they're going for 3 in 2003. Bring on the hate. The Astros just keep on winning. The page says the Dodgers cheated in 1997 with cork bats. I think a lot of people cheated back then with cork bats. I believe so. So let's see what else. Big Poppy still likes the Astros. Yeah, Big Poppy has never not liked the Astros. I think he has been one of the biggest Astros supporters. Somebody who does not like the Astros is A-Rod. A-Rod definitely does not like the Astros. And what's very interesting is Derek Jeter is now part of the panel too. So Derek Jeter has been a big advocate of the Astros as well. So let's see. The Stros are still hungry. They got Houston. Lily, not yet. So they got Houston. Aren't we super excited? And so there's just a lot of good comments on here. Let's see. What about Braves not sliding in on that wild pitch? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the full show. This is just a live reaction show, but I don't know if sliding would have helped. I guess avoiding the tag, maybe. I think Abreu was caught off guard, honestly. I think that he thought that the ball was going to get past the catcher, and he was just kind of just like, oh, I don't have to run that hard. And then all of a sudden he was like, wait, he's tagging me out. What's going on here? So I think he was really caught off guard. So I think that's really what's going on here. So Paige says the Astros keep fooling us. We just thought that we could have a stress-free game. Yeah. I thought this was going to be a 5-0 game. I came home, then they scored the 4 runs, and it's like, yeah, this is going to be a disaster. But the Astros, they have the heart of a champion, and they know how to get it done in October. I know y'all kept on saying there's no such thing as turning it on in October, but they have a way of doing it, and they've done it for so long. So so we'll talk about a lot of this stuff more later on in the full podcast. So Brett wanted to come in and kind of talk about the game, his experience at the ballpark. So I just wanted to kind of give y'all a way to have your reaction. So we'll go ahead and go a couple more minutes. David said that Nair's hit a batter, a walk, and a home run, and a double. Great work. I thought it was actually a home run as well, but yeah, I get what you're saying there. Big Poppy was a former Twin. Yes, he was a former Twin, but I think he has more ties to the Red Sox than he does with the Twins because he won a World Series. Alvarez is a big man, but I know what you're getting there. He can crush the ball, and he did a lot in this game. So I think that Jay Weaver is trying to say that the Astros are going to win in 3 games. Well, the Astros are going to face a big pitcher tomorrow in Pablo Lopez. This is a strikeout king. This is a guy that is a steal for the Twins. Well, yes, they gave up great hitter, but Pablo Lopez is the Twins ace. And then Sonny Gray, he's dominated the Astros in the past. So the next 2 games are going to be very tough for the Houston Astros. So we'll definitely talk about that. So anything else before I go and close out? I was wondering if somebody was going to notice that. I was at my friend's house, and I was like, all right, so let me take that and see, put that on my back wall and see if anybody noticed I had Kate Upton back there. So yes, I borrowed Kate Upton Fathead or whatever you called it just for a week or so to see if anybody noticed I had Kate Upton back there. But this is in honor of Justin Verlander's great game, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. So yes, that's why. So I think it's called Fathead, but yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what would be funny? He's like, yeah, dude, take it and just give it back to me later. So anyway, so I'm going to go and get ready for the full show. But guys, thank you for tuning into Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talk Stros. You can find Brett at H-Town Wheelhouse, and we'll go ahead and have a full show in a little bit once Brett gets home. So please join us again. Go and subscribe to us and celebrate. The Astros won game 1 of the ALDS. Now they only need 10 more games to win to get to win a World Series. I think they could do it. What about y'all? So we'll see you in a little bit. And go Stros, and where's everything? All right. Later, and go Stros.